Hello everybody and welcome back to another Rockabilly guitar lesson. And today I'll show you how to play the solo from Oh Boy by the Crickets, released in 1957 on the Brunswick label, and it features of course Buddy Holly on lead guitar and vocals. And this lesson is a part or a preview of an upcoming Udemy course that'll be out probably at the end of February or early March 2019. And in this course I'll show you how to play 9 Buddy Holly songs, starting with the early Buddy and Bob stuff, some Nashville recordings, Crickets, and even some apartment tapes that were overdubbed later on. Yeah, I had quite a few requests for Crying, Waiting, Hoping, for instance. And you'll find a complete list of songs that are featured in this course in the description below. But now let's get right to it. Here's the solo from Oh Boy. Oh Boy's in the key of A, but the solo starts in D and the first phrase goes like this. So you start with a regular D chord and you want to try to keep the notes from ringing out. Yeah, just release the pressure with your left hand from the strings after you pick the D chord, like this. So you play it 4 times in this rhythm here. And then you take off your fingers to play just the open E and B string and put them back on for the final D chord in the first bar. So let me put the first bar together. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second bar also starts with a D chord on one end, and it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So again you play the D chord, then you take off your fingers for the open E and B string, put it back on, play the D chord twice, take your fingers back off. One more time, the second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So let me put the first phrase together and play it slowly for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you move to the 5th fret to play the next phrase that goes like this. So you just go back and forth between the 5th and the 7th fret, and you start on 4 and in the 3rd bar here of the solo you play just double stops. So always 2 strings at the same time. Starting with the 5th fret E and B string, then the B and G string, 7th fret, 5th fret again, B and G string, and the D and G string on the 7th fret. So let me play this whole bar again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then in the next bar you also start with double stops. And then you go to the single string, D string here, A, and back to D. So let me put this whole phrase together here, played on the 5th fret. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you go to the first position again for an E chord, and you play. So open E string first, the low E string, then high E string and B string. And you put your pinky onto the 3rd fret, B string, to make it a E7. And you play the B and the G string. Take your fingers back off again for the open E and B string. And then the chord progression moves to D, and you play a D chord as an arpeggio. And then you play the D chord twice after that. So let me play the part for played over E and D. And then the last phrase goes like this. So it starts the same way like in the 3rd and 4th bar, with just double stops played on the 5th and 7th fret. And then you take your hands off again and move to the open position for an E chord to finish the solo. One more time, the last part here. And here's the whole solo played slowly for you.